remains in custody awaiting mental observation at the Weskoppies Hospital. Ninow appeared in the Pretoria Magistrate's Court this morning. Ninow briefly appeared in a court 2 weeks ago. He is accused of raping a 7-year-old girl at Dros restaurant in Pretoria East last month. Activists are calling for a harsh sentence to impose. They say he should not be at large amid the 16 days of activism against violence and abuse of women and children. Ninow has been provisionally charged with rape, possession of drugs, assault with intent to do bodily harm and intimidation. Okay, let's get the latest now. Reporter Sipho Siriman is live for us there. Sipho, hi. How you doing? Just tell us, just get us caught up with what happened in court today.
Well, a very good morning to you, Blaine, and our viewers at home. I'm just outside the Pretoria Magistrate's Court where Nicolas Ninow, the Dros Rape accused, just made his very short court appearance this morning. Of course, he faces charges including that of rape and possession of drugs following that incident that took place at a Pretoria Dros restaurant. Of course, he's accused of raping that 7-year-old girl there, and he came here today, essentially, in the last appearance, his defense had applied for him to be sent for mental observation, arguing that he has a mental condition of mental disorder, rather, of a bipolar, and that he has a history of a drug abuse. So they requested that he be placed at a mental institution for observation, and that request, of course, the court agreed to it. But as we understand, the Weskoppies Hospital here in Pretoria, where this mental observation is due to take place, has shortages of beds and Nicolas Ninow currently is number 14 on the list. So currently there is no bed available for him, hence he remains in custody. So then the court agreed that the matter should be postponed to the 15th of January to allow for a bed to be available. However, should a bed be available in the interim between now and that time, the 15th of January, then he will be called back to court, and then he will be then asked to go for mental observation. Of course, right now next to me is the supporters, the ANC Women's League, that have come here and since day one of this matter, supporting the victim in this matter, that is a 7-year-old girl. Not only do we have the ANC Women's League, we have other civic groups not in my name that are here. We have ANC in Tshwane. So we have a number of stakeholders that have come here to show their support for the victim. This matter has attracted a lot of public attention. But yes, inside the courtroom, the story is that the matter has been postponed to the 15th of January to allow for a bed to be available at Weskoppies Hospital, where Nicolas Ninow will be sent for mental observation. And maybe I can speak to some of the women that are here just showing their support. Maybe, ma'am, you want to talk to us just your support for the victims. Why are you here today? All right, perhaps you... Oh yes, SG of the ANC Women's League, it's live television, a lot is happening. Maybe we can speak to the Secretary General of the Women's League. If you can please come closer, ma'am, to us. Thank you very much. You've been here since day one, coming, the camera is this side, coming to support the victim. Just talk to us about coming here today again as the ANC Women's League. Just your support as the ANC Women's League, just how important is it to be showing support to the victim?
I think it's a position of the ANC Women's League that we support the victim. We still maintain the principle that says a person is innocent until proven guilty by the court of law. However, we're a little bit frustrated with the process. We urge government to fast track the process of building mental health institutions. When you look at the case here, as the Women's League, we feel very much disappointed that for 3 provinces you rely only on one mental health institution, whereby your Limpopo, Mpumalanga and Gauteng, all of them are dependent on Weskoppies. We strongly feel that government must do much to deal with this process. In 2010, we had courts 24/7 that were operating, but in this instance of gender-based violence, it seems to be a big struggle for women in the country.
So you feel like justice is being delayed by the lack of availability of beds at mental institutions? Is that what you are arguing?
Definitely, it's our point. We want justice to prevail in this instance. We want our government to take serious issues of gender-based violence. And we are very much comfortable as the Women's League working together with other women's organizations. You can see we have joined hands with women from the DA, women from the EFF, as we believe that women's struggles, women's issues are not political but our issues as women.
Thank you very much. That is the Secretary General of the ANC Women's League saying that they are frustrated with the process and the waiting process and the lack of availability of beds at Weskoppies Hospital, suggesting that perhaps this is justice delayed, and you know, as they're saying, justice delayed is justice denied. They want this matter to move speedily. However, there is that problem of availability of bed. Hence, Nicolas Ninow will remain in bed. Lots of activities will remain in hospital rather, while awaiting the bed availability at Weskoppies Hospital. And as I was saying there, lots of activities outside the courtroom. All political parties, you name it, EFF, DA, the ANC Women's League, they've come here together, just united to try and show support for the victim. And I suppose it's important, we're talking 16 days of activism against violence against women and children. So this show of support is quite significant in that sense. And with that, playing respect to you in studio.
Super Stearman, live in the capital. We thank you very much indeed, sir.